Happening, everyone. I'm grateful for another opportunity to go live. Grateful for another opportunity to exist. Experience life through consciousness. Something's been kind of on my mind. Um, I think people think because they do, good deeds and they have good energy that they're not opposing or like like different types of energy out there as well, right? You could be doing everything by the book, everything that you're supposed to do, right? But one doesn't exist without the other. Positive doesn't exist without negative. And you'll have people, there'll be people that's around you, people that you talk to on a day-to-day basis, right? And sometimes if you're not aware on an energetic level, on a spiritual level, right? You'll be accessible to certain dangers. Like you'll have people, they'll have like ulterior motives. You'll have some people that are extremely jealous and envious. You have people that are hateful. You have people that have kind of like these dark aspects of themselves. And then everyone has dark aspects to themselves. Like everyone has a dark side. But you'll have people with this dark sort of energy and they just need an outlet to express it, right? And then bam, there you come along, you know. But it's pivotal that you don't allow those people to determine how you conduct yourself on a day-to-day basis. It's pivotal that you still continue to be who you are. Guard yourself, protect yourself, right? You have to defend yourself from this dark energy, from, people who don't have good intentions for you. Yeah, absolutely, you have to. But at the same time, it shouldn't stop you from expressing yourself in a certain type of way. Like I come across some people, sometimes I see some people on YouTube videos and you could tell that these people have actually have some experience with mankind. Like they have some experience with human nature and how people operate, right? And I came across somebody today and he was like, yo, you got to be extremely selfish in this world. You know, don't, that's the only way to survive. And, just just a whole bunch of stuff. And it's him expressing himself from his perspective, right? He's been through so much in this world, right? He's been through so much negativity. Happy birthday, Lil Mel. Happy birthday. But he's been through so much negativity in this world that he got to the point where he was like, man, I'm just going to be selfish, right? And it's rather unfortunate, right? Because another thing that he kind of said, happy birthday again, Lil Mel. Another thing that he kind of said was, that's the way how you survive in this world, right? Evidently, he loves everyone. But he said that's the way how you survive in this world. And it's rather unfortunate that people feel as if this is how they have to conduct themselves in this modern day because, people, people are willing to hurt you. People are willing to go out of their way to try to hurt you, right? And a lot of it has to do with them trying to fulfill whatever need they have inside themselves, right? To see someone else in pain, right? I was the only one who like you live stream. Thank you so much for liking, by the way. I appreciate that. J, which is J4Y. Big up yourself, man. Thank you so much. Thank everyone for tuning in. Rebuke your sins. Absolutely. Absolutely. I was the first one. Jay, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And thank you for subbing, Redneck Boy. Big up yourself as well. But yeah, it's just one of those things, man. It's rather unfortunate that we do live in a world where people are kind of, only putting themselves first. And, when we're all an extension of energy, like everyone, everything, every being that you see, right? We're all an extension of the same thing. So no matter how different we look on the outside, right? We're really all the same, right? What's your question, Jay? Like, we're all made up of the same things. And we're all the same. We're all just spiritual beings having a human experience. You know. Yes, indeed. Big up Jesus. Big up Jesus. Yeah, man. Thank you so much, Crispy19. But yeah, it's pivotal that everyone kind of learn self love, and you can't allow selfish people to turn you or change you into a selfish person, right? Because sometimes you'll have an energetic exchange with these people, and then you'll lower your vibration to their level. And I'm not saying in every case are you going to just be able to not speak their language, because that language of disrespect, that language of hatred, that language of anger, sometimes our impulses forces us to kind of speak that language, right? And get down on that level. Can you name a car for an edit? Okay, first car come to my head actually was Lamborghini. But I would say Maybach. I would say Maybach. Everyone, if you're here, by the way, please subscribe to that channel. As we approach 200 subscribers, hopefully soon we'll get to 200 subscribers. And I thank everyone for liking, everyone that's joining, and I feel blessed, man. I'm happy, that I just get this opportunity to speak to people all across the world, man. We've had people in Estonia, people from Russia, people from Pakistan, people from all over, people from America, and it's a blessing, you know what I mean? But the thing is, man, look, like we've all, none of it, like, thank you so much, Crispy19. But so much of us, like, we've all done things that we may not necessarily be proud of, right? And that's a part of life. Sometimes you're going to do things that you're not necessarily proud of. Like, nobody among us is perfect. No one is perfect, right? But I just find it very hard. Like, it's very difficult to comprehend why people want to go out of their way to make other people miserable. Blankless, new to America. Man, you got a lot to learn, man. Any questions you want to ask about America, man, shoot away. I'll answer to the best of my knowledge. But as spiritual beings having this human experience, right? And especially because we're human, we have empathy. We're able to be empathetic because people kind of liken our controlled environment to the jungle, right? And how animals kind of compete and how animals kind of like sort of kill each other in order to survive. Well, we are, in a sense, animals, right? But we don't vibrate on the same frequency as animals, right? We're not in the wild. You understand what I'm saying? So we could communicate verbally, right? We're intelligent enough to sort of, tune our vibration to how we want to communicate. And people and we're receptive enough to understand something from a different angle as well, right? We're able to see things from a different angle, not just our own, right? You could go through a situation and someone else can understand the situation, comprehend your situation, and give you some advice, right? Not an alcoholic beer. Actually, man, I haven't drank in a while myself. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been a very long time since I've actually consumed some alcohol, but I used to drink, and I actually used to smoke as well. Not cigarettes, by the way, but yeah, no longer. Those are the old days. You know what I mean? A different me. But we have empathy as human beings. We have empathy. We are cognitive enough to understand that, hey, that person over there is going through a difficult time. Let me not add to that, right? Let me see what it is that I could do to help. And I'm not saying in every case are you going to be able to help somebody. You're not going to be able to go outside of your way. Name a car for an edit. Jaden Hammond. Okay, I'm going to say Maybach this time. So I'm going to say Maybach. How about a Lambo? I said the Lambo the last time, but Maybach. This time I'm going to say Maybach. But as human beings, we definitely have what it takes to have empathy for one another. And I think that's what the world, I don't want to say the world is missing it, because we have it, but it's almost as if it's like a recessive trait now. It's as if people a lot of times want to express themselves. Like if you stroll through like social media and stuff like that, people want to express like a different aspect of themselves. Like people want to show their ASS, for lack of a better term, right? People don't want to put forth their best anymore. You understand what I'm saying? And I think people kind of blame the young generation for a lot of stuff, but we have to take some of the blame as well. The generation before us has to take some of the blame as well. Like, what did we do in order to kind of show these kids that, hey, you don't have to be an ASS in order to make it, right? Because, of course, like, they kind of look, they see the glamour, they see the glitz, they see the fact that, oh, this guy has all this money over here. This guy's doing good. He has the Lambo, like we're talking about. He has the girls. He has everything. I want to be like that guy. What did it take for that guy to get those things? Well, the guy had to be an ASS. It says people will see helping as too much effort. They prefer their time than another person's time. You see, even the concept of time, right? And I understand what it is that you're saying, Dakota. But even the concept of time, right? Because yesterday was once tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. So only thing that we really have is the here and now. Right here, right now. We don't really have anything else. I could think of what happens tomorrow. I could think of what I perceive tomorrow to bring forth to me, or I could think you know what I mean? Like, I could imagine tomorrow, but I'm imagining tomorrow and today, and it's always today. Even when tomorrow comes, it's going to be today. It's going to be right now. Right? So even the concept of time, you know, it's kind of all over the place, because in England, where they're like 5 hours ahead or something like that, right? So are they like in the future? You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to time, because we're really timeless, I believe, right? And I'm not going to say this is fact or anything like that, but it's my belief that we are simultaneously the little child, you know, and the old man at the same time. We're life and death at the same time. We're everything. We're energy, just existing, just having this human experience. That's all it is. But I'm not here to say that every time I see somebody in need, I stretch myself thin. But if I'm able to do it, if I'm able to help somebody, if I'm in the position to help somebody, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. You understand what I'm saying? Because I've been in situations where I was down on my luck before. I know what that feels like, right? And I know how difficult it can be sometimes for people to be going through certain things and not have anyone to really help them. You know what I mean? Big up Dakota, the normal guy. I appreciate that, man. But yeah, you know, yeah, Dakota, I have some bad news. Talk to me, Jay. What's up, man? What's the bad news, man? What's the bad news? It's all just energy, and I thank you guys. I thank everybody for being here, man. I'm blessed. I'm grateful for this opportunity to speak to you, because you all matter. What's good? That's not very nice. I actually was talking to somebody today, man, and you know, us as people, sometimes we don't even see our true potential. So I was talking to this young lady, man, and she doesn't, like, she's going through some stuff, right? And I just want to be there for her. Now, mind you, whatever happens, but I'm not trying to be there for her as an opportunist. Like, I really think this young lady has potential, right? The edit will be done tomorrow. Okay, Jay, I look forward to seeing it. Walker Vader, thank you so much, man. How you been? I'm good, man. Thank you so much. But as I was talking to this young lady, I was telling her, hey, you know, I know that you may be down on your luck right now. I'm not going to put her business out there or anything like that, but she's just been going through something very difficult, and she just needs somebody to be there for her, because she's always being there for other people, right? And then I noticed her vibe was kind of off, and then when she told me what was happening, I was like, yeah, I kind of saw, because you weren't operating as your usual self, right? But if I'm able to give you some words of encouragement, to tell you, hey, listen, the situation you're going through right now, it might seem like the worst situation in the world, but think big, think beyond the situation. He says, There are a lot of channels out now, but none as chill as you, dude. No, thank you, Vader, Walker Vader. Thank you. And Jay says, I will tag you. Yes, Jay, tag me, man. I look forward to seeing that. I look forward to seeing it. But it's one of those things where it's like she's going through her stuff now. Her brother lost his half sister, right? In a situation where the brother is kind of blaming himself for not being able to kind of protect his little sister. And that in itself is a burden you would wish on no one, because when I saw how precious his little sister was, like it really it hurt me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't know this little girl, but it really impacted me, right? And now she has to be there for her brother because her brother lost his half sister. And she's also going through some difficulties in her own life, right? And somebody like that just needs a positive energy, somebody to really uplift them, right? Somebody to tell them some words of encouragement, somebody to be there for them, somebody not to expect anything in return. But the way I look at it is this, right? And I said this during the COVID situation. One person's pain is everybody's pain. Whether or not you believe in the butterfly effect and cause and effect and all of that sort of stuff, one person's pain is absolutely everybody's pain. You understand what I'm saying? So we can all walk around and think, oh yeah, what you eat don't make me ish, right? As Hov would say. But in the long run, it comes back around full circle, because that person having that bad day, or that shit, I don't know if I could cuss on here, so I'm not gonna do it. But we're just gonna say it, having that shitty day, right? That person that's having that day is gonna impact the world around them on that frequency, right? That person who may not have it may try devious, delinquent, not so good things in order to try to get it. You understand what I'm saying? Have you been in any illegal activities in your life? Actually, illegal? Yes. Well, marijuana when it wasn't legal. Yes, marijuana when it wasn't legal. But I was. I actually used to sell marijuana at one point. Not on no big scale or anything like that, but just to get by. Sort of like little bags and stuff like that, little baggies and stuff like that. I didn't touch any of the hard stuff because I didn't use it, but because I used to smoke marijuana, it was one of those things where it was like, oh, okay, all right, cool. Well, I use it anyway, so I might as well see if I could, pay my cell phone bill, or, help my mom buy some groceries or whatever it is, buy some shoes, or, you know what I mean? So, yeah, there was a time when I've been in situations like that. And funny enough, I almost lost my life one time. Just being in the wrong place at the wrong time, and just being kind of young and dumb, right? Now, it wasn't anything where I was being overly aggressive with anyone, but it was something where, remember, like at the beginning of the stream, I was talking about people being jealous of you, right? How that sort of energy, that it's like, I can't quite describe it, but it's like they want something, they don't think you deserve something that you have. He says, everybody needs someone who can keep them smiling and happy. Absolutely, everybody needs somebody that could keep them smiling and happy. It starts with yourself first, though, right? So the big thing that I want people to get, right? So in the subjective reality, right? The inner part of you, the inner aspect of yourself, the spiritual aspect of yourself, the intangible aspect of yourself, right? So we don't want to depend solely on the external reality and other people kind of being there for us, right? Because there are going to be times when we can't pick up the phone and call somebody. So we're going to be in our own sort of zone, right? Now, if we have sort of the foundation of, being able to love ourselves, being understanding to ourselves, the things that we say to ourselves, our spiritual diet, the things that we how we communicate internally, right? If we have that down packed and we're able to communicate with ourselves and say, all right, cool, all right, this didn't work out, but don't be too hard on yourself, get up and keep going. As opposed to some people, they'll go through some difficulties and they'll be stuck at the difficulty and not know how they're gonna kind of penetrate this thing, right? And it seems as if it's the end of the world, but it's really not. It's not the end of the world at all. right? Now, I was telling you guys kind of about my past, right? So in the past, yes, I did sell some marijuana. That's as far as the illegal activities go. I did used to fight kind of when I was a kid, you know what I mean? But that's about it. But the night when I almost lost my life, right? I kid you not. I don't know if the universe, it was some sort of divine intervention or something like that. But again, wrong place, wrong time. And I was here chilling, smoking. I'm not gonna get into too much of the details, right? But anyway, it was some guys that I had sold some marijuana to earlier in the night, right? And towards the end, right, the end of the party, or the thing that was kind of going on in the little bar, when I was leaving, those same guys came back because they saw me with some money, so they came back to try to rob me. But it was one of those things. I was a lot more aggressive back then, so I got kind of intense, and I started kind of like yelling. It's then when I saw like the guy had a gun on him. That's when I started kind of like getting really aggressive, because they tried to isolate me and bring me somewhere else, but because I knew that they weren't comfortable doing it here, that's when I kind of like exposed the situation, and I was able to make it out of that situation by divine intervention, and quick thinking. You understand what I'm saying? I just feel like the ancestors, God, the universe, something was on my side, and I was able to make it out of that situation that night. And those guys ended up shooting 2 shots. I was able to kind of like duck behind this SUV that was parallel parked on the car, on the side of the street, and I was able to make it out of that situation. So I am grateful for that. And if it's divine intervention, if it's God, if it's the universe, like that situation right there, kind of, it didn't wake me up immediately, but over time, because sometimes you'll experience something traumatic and it doesn't settle then and there, right? Until days, weeks, months later, like, man, that situation could have been different, right? When you really kind of step back and assess the situation from a different perspective, sometimes it's like, yo, that really could have been different, right? And it did impact me like further on down the road in life, but I was able to come to terms with it. I was able to heal from it. You understand what I'm saying? And that's not, I wouldn't say that was the worst thing that I've been through in my life, even though it was one of those things that definitely could have cost me everything. Can you insult me? It's on my bucket list. Sammy, I will not insult you, man. I want you to be great. I want you to do great. I want you to do great things in life. Yeah, Jay, you have a great night, man. I appreciate you for tuning in, tapping in. Everyone that isn't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. We are on our way to 200 subscribers, and we will be bringing you more content. I just want to be there for anybody who kind of needs it. You know what I mean? I feel like I have a lot of experience in life. I've been married before. My marriage didn't work out. But it is what it is. You understand what I'm saying? It is what it is. It was a point in time when I was kind of depressed over the situation, but then it's one of those things. And I feel like I was more kind of depressed because of the child more than the actual relationship, because a relationship happens, you can move on from that. But I feel like every father should be there for their child. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like that's the biggest thing. I feel like every father should absolutely be there. And if you're not causing harm to your child, like, it's your duty to actually be there for your child and help your child. Like, your child needs you. There's a reason why it takes two, like the two people come together to have the child, right? There are things that they need from the mother, there are things that they need from the father, right? So yeah, it's just one of those things, man. I put my hands on my wife's pants and I felt like I was feeding a horse. What? Okay. Everybody does need someone. But yeah, it's one of those things, man. I think everybody really does need somebody to be there for them. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I plan to do with this channel. And I also want to do something where I'm traveling to different places in New York, right? Like, I want to go to different places in New York State and just kind of travel, just kind of show people like the culture. You know what I mean? Show people what's going on. Like, I like, there's this place that I go to, and I'm not gonna say what the place is, but it's this lake in New York that I go to on a regular basis. I like the exclusivity of it. I like the fact that it's not a whole bunch of tourists or a whole bunch of people there. And I kind of just go there and try to blend in with everyone. Even though I kind of stand out, I try to just go there and just blend in. And I just feel so at peace with nature, with the trees. The fact that it's not wintertime right now, actually, it cements everything, because it just adds to the aesthetics. It's just so beautiful. The water, the bridge is flat. You see the water on both sides. You see the trees. You're able to kind of just drive right around the lake, and you see people on the side, and those people are going to the beach. Like, it looks like they're at the beach. It's just great. But yeah, guys, I'm not gonna be here too much longer. You know what I mean? But I really appreciate everyone for being here tonight. And I thank everybody for listening. And this is an absolute blessing. I'm going to be doing this so much more often, because I feel like I can make an impact. And I feel like my truth can help other people as well. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like the things that I've been through, I could kind of show people what I've been through, so they could kind of use it as a blueprint to say, all right, cool. Well, if I do it, I could do it better. Or, you know what? I'd rather avoid that completely. You know what I mean? And that's as a unit of mankind, and that's how we evolve. You know what I mean? We're not as different as, we're taught that we are. You know what I mean? We're not as different as we look on the outside. And the things that really matter more than anything else is what's on the inside, not how somebody looks on the outside. So, guys, do not forget that. And I hope everybody stays safe. Do everything that you can to take care of your family, and stay away from negativity. Stay away from all forms of. Don't be like me when I was 19 and 20, and you understand what I'm saying, doing stuff like that back then. But I was a completely different individual, and I didn't have really anything to really. I did have something to live for, but I didn't believe I did. Have you ever wondered how many times you can twist your wool before it falls off? No, I've never actually wondered that, to be honest with you, aiming to game. Never wondered that. That's definitely something that never crossed my mind. And I think it probably won't cross my mind again. I think that's something that it's said. I'm just going to allow that to just pass through and never think of that again. Wow. I thought every guy wondered it. No, I never thought about it. I never thought about that at all. It never crossed my mind. And it never will again. But listen, I thank you guys for tapping in with me. And if you can, on your way out, hit like, hit subscribe. I'll continue to be doing this on a day-to-day basis. And, whatever it is that you guys need help with, man, if I'm able to provide, just be a friend and be there for you guys. That's what I'm here for. So, big time salute. One love. One and only. One and only. Peace out. Peace out, everyone. Take care. Subscribe and like. I got you. All right, Jay. See you guys later.